basically the water bottles represent people.
Okay.
And this is basically what most people churches look like. We have this group, which is the older group. This is your core group. No matter what go on, this group gonna be there. All right. The church is split 3-4 different ways. This group gonna be there. You can change pastors. This group gonna be there. They've been there all their life. Some of them may have their name out on the cornerstone somewhere.
All right.
But this group has been there, and they will be there. All right. Then we have this group. This group is comprised of mainly our children and our youth, things of that nature. These are the children and the grandchildren of this group. All right. So this group is here because of this group. All right. So like Pastor Elder Castilla said, they're the audience we have automatically. They're gonna be there. They have no choice at this point in life. They're gonna be there whether they don't want to be there or not. They're going to be there. But we find, as we all know, life happens. All right. Life happens, and if you keep living, you grow older. All right. Things begin to change. All right. So this group, you have this group, and then you have this group. All right. So this is now our youth. Let's add you to this group because this is always the biggest group normally. In most churches, this is usually the biggest group, the children and the youth. They have this group, and this group has just matured a little bit. So this is the 18 to 35 group. Okay. So now we have 3 groups in all our churches. And this is basically the model I've seen as I visited different churches. And then, like I say, life happens. As you go through life, things begin to change. All right, society changes. And guess what? The people who are affected by society is this group. All right? Not this group, because this group has been doing it the same way the last 45 years. They're not going to pretty much change. They can't do nothing because they're not old enough to say nothing, speak for themselves yet. But it's this group who's at that point in time where they're exploring life. And as they go through life, things begin to change and society changes and things like that begin to happen. All right? That's what happens when society begins to change. A gap is created. So they're still in the church, but there's this gap there now. Because that's just life, that's society. And one thing I remember when my little brothers, I have a little brother, and they teach differently in schools. They teach, in elementaries, they teach different between my little brother, 4 years apart. And he learned how to do math different than I did. But there's a new way of teaching things. And I always remember my little brother used to come home with this homework in elementary school. And my mom would be looking at this. Like, what is this new math? She called it new math. What is this new math? It's not new math, but they teach you how to get to it differently.
Okay.
We were taught 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 2 on this side, 2 on this side. 2 plus 2 is 4. Yeah. They don't teach you to look at things like that anymore. So because even in schools, they teach you how to look at things. They ask you to be more analytical. And because you're more analytical, you question things more, and guess what? You create that gap some more. You get older, you become 21, you don't live in the house anymore. Now you're still in the church, but there's a gap here. Then this is what happens. Because this group is different, they think different, they're more affected by society, they question things, they're looking for those answers. They're looking for the pat on the back, they're looking for explanations, things that normally this group has been always, this is the way it is.
Yeah, no question. You
see what I'm saying? But this group wants us to know why. This group's still here because they're going to be here. And what happens is, with this group, okay, one just grew up, and I no longer live with my parents, so I don't have to go to that church anymore. I can make my own decision. All right? The next person goes off to college, gets a job. All right? And then we look, now, we still have this group. We still have the youth. But now, where are our young adults? Where are our young adults? See, the culture has created a gap. And there's a different mindset now. And it's created these different doors and opportunities and different things of that nature. Going back to me, I love my little brother to death. He does a lot of ministry work. But I call myself a liberal traditionalist. I like traditional church. I do. I like the deacons. I like traditional church. But I'm also young and I like fresh stuff. My little brother, on the other hand, he wants everything radical. He wants everything radical. And I'm like, dude, I can't remember the last time I seen my little brother wear a suit to church. But that's the society. That's the age he's in. There's nothing wrong with it, but that's the age he's in. And the problem is, oftentimes with young adult ministry, and the purpose of Yam is to identify and to look at this gap. What can we do to help close this gap?